Thanks for staying with us here on the Joy News channel. Now, as you may be aware, today we are celebrating women across the country, and we have successfully kicked out the men from the show. We are taking over Prime Sports here, and Sarah Mensa is with me. Sarah.
Hi, Faustina.
It's the first time we're sharing a set together.
I know, right?
I'm looking forward to some of the big stories in the world of sports.
Very well
Take us away.
Okay. So welcome to Prime Sports with me, Sarah Mensa. And to our first story, ahead of the Under-20 African Cup of Nations tournament this year, the Black Satellites will take part in a 4-nation tournament slated for March 17th to 25th in Morocco. The tournament, which will feature Morocco and 2 other nations, is intended to enhance the team's readiness for the tournament. There is more in this report.
As part of their preparation for the Total Energies Under-20 African Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire, the Black Satellites are set to participate in a 4-nation tournament in Morocco beginning March 17th to the 25th. The tournament will provide the technical team an opportunity to further assess the players as they test their strength against top-notch teams on the continent ahead of the African Youth Championship. The tournament will feature Morocco, Ghana and 2 other teams. Already, the Black Satellites have been engaging in a series of friendly matches against some Premier League clubs, including Heart of Oak, Nations FC, Heart of Lions and other lower-tier sides in Accra as they prepare for the Youth Championship. Meanwhile, Ghana have been paired in Group A alongside hosts Côte d'Ivoire, Tanzania, DR Congo and a yet-to-be-confirmed team from the Central African Football Federation Union for the Under-20 African Cup of Nations, slated to kick off on Saturday, April 26 to Sunday, May 18 of this year. Ghana will be looking to win the tournament for the 5th time after winning it in 1993, 1999, 2009 and as recent as 2021.
Draw for the quarterfinals pairing of the MTN FA Cup was held earlier today in Accra, with high-flying Division 1 side True Democracy FC set to face the winner of the round of 16 game between Asante Kotoko, secondary 11-wise. True Democracy has been one of the top performers in this competition, following victories over former champions Dreams FC and FC Nania in the round of 32 and round of 16 respectively. They are set for their first ever appearance in the quarterfinal stage. In another exciting matchup, former Premier League champions Berekum Chelsea will battle 2016 MTN FA Cup champions Bechem United in an all-Premier League showdown. At Tran Divisé Academy will face Park Academy in another thrilling clash, while Karela United takes on Golden Cake. The quarterfinal matches will take place on the weekend of March 28th to 31st, 2025. To the Ghana Premier League now, which is set to finally return this weekend after being on hold since February 2. This is due to the murder of a fan, Francis Frimpong, alias Pole, during a clash between Kotoko and Insua Treman. The return will see league leaders BBN Gold Star host Nations FC, while the Porcupine Warriors will play Legon Cities. There is more in the following reports.
At the dance park, holding a narrow 1-point lead, Ghost Stars will aim to avoid any slip-ups as they push to extend their advantage. Asante Kotoko, sitting in 2nd place, will welcome Legon Cities to the Babaya Stadium in a crucial fixture as they seek to keep the pressure on the leaders. Meanwhile, Heart of Oak will take on Young Apostles at the Legon Sports Stadium in another key encounter.
This first match when we resume the league is very important. If you look in the positions of everybody in the league, everything is important. We have the people who are following us with 1 point, some 2 points, some 3 points. We are following somebody with 1 point. Now we need to focus, to concentrate we are objective to play well the league and go far.
In what promises to be a thrilling showdown, third place Heart of Lions, just a point behind Gold Stars, will travel to face Vision FC at the near Ajay Kraku, the second sports complex in Tema Newtown. With the title within touch and distance, Lion will be determined to claim all 3 points.
When they came there, they gave us a tough match. I know it's not going to be easy, but we are not going to slow down. We are not going to watch them play. We are also going there to fight and then get at least a point or win this match, because if we lose this match, it won't help us. So we are going very, very tough, determined to go and then get a point there or win this match.
Elsewhere, Midiama, currently 7, will go head-to-head with 6th place Betim United in a battle for higher league standings.
This weekend is for the fans. We are going to do everything possible to make them happy this weekend.
So your message to the supporters?
Yes, we disappointed them last week, but definitely they don't have to leave us like that. They are the supporters we always count on, and we hope that they will come in their numbers to support, and I promise them that the team will not let them down.
Defending champion Samatex will also take on in Sonchiman at the Dance Park on Monday as they look to reassert their dominance in the league. Brekum Chelsea will also clash with Accra Lions at the Nanajiman Bedu, the second park in Doma, while Dreams FC faces Ediana FC at the Tuba AstroTurf in a contest that promises plenty of excitement. The Action Park weekend will wrap up with Karela United playing host to Baseke Holy Stars in a game that could have significant implications at both ends of the table. With the league standings incredibly tight at the top, every match holds immense significance as teams battle for the title, top 4 positions and survival in Ghana's elite football competition.
Hi, Fosti.
Sarah.
So have you ever watched any Ghana Premier League before?
Yeah, I've watched some of their matches. Unfortunately, the recent incidences in the league makes it quite unattractive to me personally.
That's very true.
But then, what team do you support?
Kotoko.
That's right, the winning team. Well, the Ghana Premier League, as you may know, is returning, and Joy Sports' Victor Achu is joining us via Zoom as we look at some of the key things we should look forward to. Thank you so much, Victor, for your time here on Prime Sports. Now, let me get your first impression. When you heard the news of the league returning, what was your thoughts?
I was quite surprised because given the insistence from Accra Hearts-of-Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko, I expected that they perhaps would have held out for us to see something more structural, something more systemic as far as the enhanced protocols that the Ghana Football Association was talking about. Also because I think 3 weeks ago, both clubs put together a joint paper with some demands to the Ghana Football Association. I think majority of the demands or the concerns there were not exactly addressed. But what the GFA has done since then is that they have pushed through with the enhanced matchday security protocols. They've held some training sessions for the various security officers. We're told that the last of those ended today when in the Ashanti region in Kumasi, when the Ghana Football Association's competitions lead, Julius Emuna, met with the various security officers of all 16 clubs. And then I think earlier today, the GFA also announced that the IGP had instituted a new safety and security unit for sports. And so each region has a safety and security officer who specifically will be working on Ghana Premier League matches and football competitions sanctioned by the Ghana Football Association. And so while we would not say we're exactly out of the woods yet, some gains have been made.
We saw a number of Premier League clubs struggling during the last round of the FA Cup due to rustiness. Could that affect the opening rounds after their return?
Of course it will. Players have not been active for 6 weeks until this weekend, and so it will be difficult for them to instantly get back the muscle memory, match rhythm, and sharpness. So it will take a while before players get into the groove. But I don't think we're going to see significant changes in terms of the quality of game that we're going to see, in terms of the intensity levels. football in Ghana across all levels has generally been very slow. The actual game time that we have out of the 90 minutes, the last time we did any data work on the league, we were averaging less than 45 minutes of the ball being in play. I don't expect that to change. Typically, matches in the Ghana Premier League are not high-scoring games. I don't expect that to change. And so, yes, you would expect a bit of rustiness from the players, but the usual suspects at the end of the day are expected to make headlines. Accra Hearts went into the break with a very miserly defense. I expect that trend to continue tomorrow. Kumasi and Kotoko were back in the frame for the title race tomorrow. On Sunday, we do expect that that trend would also continue. So while, yes, there is a case to be made about the match fitness and sharpness of the players who we expect to line up from tomorrow, there's not a great deal that should change.
Now, Hearts of Oaks, they host the struggling young Apostles. Which way do you see that game swinging?
As I indicated, Hearts of Oak have not been a team that give away a lot. I think until that defeat to Golden Kicks via penalty shootout in the FA Cup, Hearts had gone about 5 games without conceding a goal in the Ghana Premier League. And that's not going to change, irrespective of the fact that the team has been rusty for a while, because their entire game plan is based on being solid at the back. And so you would expect the team to keep it very tight. They've got the best goalkeeper in the league with the highest number of clean sheets, I think 9 as of this stage. That has been very significant and will continue to be. So expect a very slim advantage for Accra Hearts tomorrow.
Achu, Gold Stars host Nations FC in what is probably the tie of the round. Thoughts? Thank you, Achu.
Thank you very much,
Achu,
Sarah.
are you there with me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
So please tell me your thoughts.
Yes, I think this is the weekend where the title ambitions of one of these two sides effectively ends. We don't expect some of these teams to be very, very consistent as far as the running is concerned. If you go back to the Ghana Premier League history, in the last 10 years or so, at most, you're going to have 1 or 2 outsiders in the title race. There's not a lot of room for these new boys, if you like. So for all intents and purposes, Gold Stars have to get back to winning ways this weekend and ensure they put together a result that also does not only reinstate them as title contenders, but also inspires the confidence that a lot of us, including our good friend Daniel Cranty, has had in the team for the longest time. They've had a very solid defense. They've had a very good midfield up until this point. And I don't see why they cannot get the results over Nations FC. And as I said earlier, if the history of the Ghana Premier League and the dynamics of the title race are anything to go by, whoever loses this game this weekend, that's the end of their title ambitions.
Thank you so much, Achu. Now, before I let you go, what team do you support, though?
Oh, I'm a big Hearts of Oak fan.
Unfortunately, you might go now. Go. Because we, the Asante Kotoko fans, we don't like that.
And I also want to find out from him, which team do you think is winning this time?
Of course, he would be biased towards his team.
No, I won't. No, I won't.
What team do you think can win this league this time?
I think Kotoko can win the league.
Okay.
I think they have shown that they have more match-winning power than Accra Hearts of Oak, than all of the other teams combined. But also, Kotoko are notoriously very opportunistic. In seasons where there is any tragedy of any kind, they are able to pull things together and relegates all of the possible distractions or side issues and then forge ahead. And I think that the unfortunate passing of Nana Poli may be something that may galvanize the club together, and they may be able to draw some energy from that episode and then go on and win the league.
Thank you so much, Achu, for that update. Now, Sarah, take us away.
Let's now head to England, where Manchester United will welcome Arsenal to Old Trafford on Sunday. The Red Devils are desperate for a positive result after what has been a terrible campaign. As for Arsenal, they are looking to put pressure on Liverpool in the title race and will need to claim all 3 points to stay in the race. Let's hear from both coaches who have been speaking ahead of the clash.
to win this title. I think this title is theirs to lose, really. Everything is in their hands. So everything that they do or don't do it's gonna determine whether they win this title or not. But I think they will do it.
Thank you so much, Aaron, for bringing us that update. Let's take you through our fixtures and predictions, and that's coming up on your screens right now. And we're having quite a number of teams. We could just go through them. At the top of my head, I could see here Liverpool and Southampton. I can see Nottingham Forest and Man City, Crystal Palace versus Ipswich Town and Brighton Fulham, Brentford versus Aston Villa, Wolves and Everton, Tottenham, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Leicester, Man United, Arsenal, West Ham, Newcastle. Aaron, what are your predictions before I let you go, finally?
Well, I think starting with tomorrow's game, that's going to be a very interesting one. I think Nottingham Forest have done really, really well. And with Manchester City's recent form, you can't really say that they will go into this game for certain and win it. So I think I'm going to tip a draw for this one. I think for the Liverpool-Southampton game, Liverpool pretty much have this wrapped up. And I think Southampton being at the bottom of the league, this is going to be an easy one. So I think this could be a high-scoring game, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and probably say 4-0 for Liverpool. Crystal Palace and Ipswich Town. Ipswich are fighting to stay in the league. So it's not going to be an easy game for them. Crystal Palace are coming off the back of the highs of qualifying for the next round of the FA Cup. So I think that will be in huge confidence, and the fact that they play at home as well might play a factor. So I'm going to go ahead and say a 2-1 win for them. Brighton and Fulham is an interesting fixture as well. I think Fulham, just off the back of another high as well, just like Crystal Palace, after beating Man United in the FA Cup and qualifying through the penalty shootout. So I think Fulham might have the upper hand in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and say 2-1 for Fulham. A very, very, very important away win from home. Brentford, Aston Villa, a very good fixture as well. Aston Villa, obviously, off the back of their win in the Champions League against Bruges. So I think the spirits will still be high on this one. And obviously, they do want to qualify again for Europe. So I think Aston Villa has the upper hand on this one. Probably a 2 or 3-1 win for this one. Wolves Everton is a very interesting one for me. Sorry, personally, I'd be keeping my eye on this one. Wolves again fighting to stay in the league. They're doing well to be above the relegation zone. So does Everton since David Moyes came back to the football club. They've had a lot of points, picked up a lot of points. And had a lot of victories. So I think with both teams doing well in recent times, I think this one could settle for a draw, maybe a 2-2 draw. Tottenham and Bournemouth. Now, this one is a bit tricky. Tottenham, after that loss yesterday in the Europa League, I think the morale will be a bit down, in my opinion. Even though Tottenham are at home and are expected to win, I do think Bournemouth can go there and create the surprise and go away, go back home with a 2-1 win. I think Bournemouth will take this one. Chelsea-Leicester, always an interesting fixture between those two. Obviously, they share a bit of history there, with Chelsea having the current manager Enzo Maresca and Leicester having had Enzo Maresca last season in the Championship. So I think for this one, it's going to be a tough one for Leicester because they are fighting to stay in the league as well. But Chelsea, I think, will take this one a very tight 1-0 win, I would say. And then obviously the big one on Sunday, Man United, Arsenal. Like I said, I think Man United need this win more than Arsenal do. But I think everything points towards an Arsenal win. I think they would want to keep Liverpool on their toes a little bit, even though the gap in points is very, very big.
Okay.
I do think Arsenal will take this one.
Thank you so much, Aaron, for your time here on Prime Sports. And Sarah, we survived. We survived the 30 minutes.
We did. It hasn't been easy.
It hasn't been easy, I know.
Thank God we've arrived.
Oh, and you know that this happens only here at Journeys because we're celebrating women, and our management gave us the platform to kick the guys out and take over sports. And you know, Musbao and all the sports. So you have been doing well
lunch for them tomorrow.
We do because the names and everything.
I tell you.
No, me.
But you didn't tell me the team you support.
Chelsea, but recently they've been breaking my heart. So I would go for Liverpool because They might win the league.
I'm also joining Manchester United.
That's right.
I think. Yeah.
We'll go head to head.
Very well.
Well, that's how we wrap up the bulletin. I am Faustina.
I'm Sarah Mensah.
Bye. We won't do this again.
Never again.